Have you ever fallen in love? Of course I have. When I was like a teenager, when I thought falling in love was what I was supposed to do. We're not supposed to fall in love. And I keep telling you guys this. You're not supposed to fall in love. That fall is the key word. Why would you fall? That means you're on a high position, self-love, and feeling like you're the prize. And then all of a sudden you fall in love, which means you act stupid over somebody else who is not you.
So y'all, I heard about Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle Shera Seven like years ago when a friend of mine had shared her page with me. But, I never really realized how big her platform was or how much influence she actually has until I got on TikTok. And then I'm scrolling and I'm like, her clips, when I tell you, are shared over and over and over again by different women who really truly follow her advice and really take her advice to heart. And she has over 1 million followers on TikTok. I'm pretty sure I didn't look on here on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure her YouTube platform is probably even bigger than that. And women really take her advice seriously. And even when the first time that I ever saw anything from her, I just felt like her advice was more problematic than it was helpful. I feel like women like Shera Seven, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, I really feel like women like her are the cause of why there's so much toxic femininity in that we're seeing here at present day. I feel like that women like that are the cause of the reason why we're seeing women like the Cheesecake Factory lady, where it's like, this toxic femininity and this, nothing that you do is good enough for me and I should be, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to be treated like a queen, but that whole spoiled, arrogant energy that's just really just a put off and a turn off. I feel like she kind of really spearheaded a lot of this. And I really want to play a few clips from that I was able to kind of pull from TikTok. Some of them I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, guys, some of these clips, because most of the clips that people share, when they share the clip, they're putting music in the background. And because, YouTube is extremely strict, like YouTube does not play about copyright music, none of that. So some of these videos, I'm just have to kind of talk through it and just tell you what she's saying. Some of them I can actually play it because if it doesn't have the music in the background. But yeah, if I have a radio or a TV playing in the background, I will get a copyright strike. It is utterly ridiculous. But anyway, so I really wanted to play some of these for you guys because I kind of want you to kind of see where I'm going. Everything that she's saying is not necessarily wrong, but I feel like the way that she's presenting it, a woman listening to this, listening to some of the stuff that she's saying, could it could be toxic. The advice could turn from useful to toxic. So this is one of those clips where that I can't actually play because there's music playing in the background. But so what she's basically saying in this clip is that men don't want good women. She's saying that men see good women as being boring and, that whole, hold him down when he's down, the 50-50 relationship stuff is just, men don't appreciate that. And at some point, he's going to get bored with you because, what she's saying is that when you are what she calls a pick me or Pikmisha, and we're going to talk about that in another video. But when you're in this like Pikmisha mode and this 50-50 and I'm going to hold my man down type of stuff, then it turns you into kind of like it turns on your masculine. And at some point, a man is going to get bored with that and he's going to go out here and he's going to be looking for a woman who is feminine. Now, while some of that is partially true. Okay. And I really wish I could play the video for you guys so you can kind of see how she's presenting the information or how she's saying it. And I feel like the problem with what she's saying is that the words men don't want good women. Okay. And to me, I feel like that can be taken out of context. That's how you kind of breed and brew this toxic feminine mentality that I just gotta, be demanding and be, mean and turn away and shoo away any man that does not make 6, 7 figures and who's not paying for my entire life. And I don't really feel like that's a productive way to see men in relationships unless you are purely just out here looking for transactional relationships, which I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's really what she's promoting is transactional relationships. She's not promoting love, being in love relationships. And some women can see that too. And I'm gonna play a clip for you guys. But some women do understand that point, but then some women might take this and see it as like, the way for me to get anything that I want, or a good man, or a man that's gonna protect and provide for me. The only way for me to do that is to, be demanding and be toxic.
The lack of discernment when it comes to like SheraSeven and her content that people on this app have, because you literally have women out here like, I don't know, like being like, oh, this is terrible advice, like this kind of thing will never get you like a real man. She's not trying to get you into a loving relationship, babe. She's trying to get you paid. She's trying to help you be a rich ass widow. That's what she's trying to do. Those are the people she's talking to. Like, she's not giving advice on how to find like a loving man. She's told y'all not to date men your age. Like, what do you think the purpose of her content is?
Shera Seven's content is not for the woman that's out here looking for love. Like, her content is for the woman that's like out here trying to get the old man who's almost, on his deathbed ready to croak. And, I'm just trying to put into the wheel and get the assets. You know what I'm saying? That's what her content is really for. Now, this clip has music in the background, but it kind of doesn't really matter. She's not really saying anything. So what it says, you can see the caption. It says, "Smiling at Pikmisha's working a 9 to 5 right now while their man is cheating." And like I said before, like I really want to go for. I'm gonna say this for another video for another day. We're gonna talk about this whole Pikmisha stuff. Like I feel like the Pikmisha thing, and to me that the Pikmisha, and the simp for a man kind of go hand in hand. It's like a Pikmisha is this female version of a simp. And so we're gonna talk about that in another video. But I feel like once again, this is to me, y'all, then this is just, if you want to call me a pick me or Pikmisha, whatever, I don't care. This is just my opinion, but I feel like this is toxic, like because it's like what you're saying is that women who have a career, who work 9 to 5 or whatever, you know, just because she's working and not, a housewife, that means that, her man is out here cheating on her. Like to me, that's just I call it what you want, but to me, that just sounds toxic to me. Some women actually enjoy their career. Some women actually like to work, some women are in relationships with men who are good men, but they feel like they want to work together as a team when it comes to their finances. So, I feel like making it seem as if women who don't have a man who's just paying for their entire life, that means that man is cheating on her, and she's not in a healthy, and she's not in a good relationship, and she's being mistreated. I just feel like that's just not right. That's just what I think. And then once again, another clip, unfortunately, with music in the background. I really wish that y'all could hear. But, she's saying that, men are not prizes unless they're in gay relationships. So, if you have a boyfriend that thinks that he's the prize, sprinkle, sprinkle, he's a sassy, or, men being a prize is only true if they're in a male on male relationship, in a gay relationship, no straight man is a prize. And, and I know women who think like this. And I believe any really solid good man, like I believe that a man and a woman can be the prize. You know, I don't think that men should be made to feel like under no circumstance are they valuable or worthy, or that they're a prize in a relationship, because a good man, let's just be real, a good man is a prize. A man, think about all of the things that women say that they want. A lot of women say the same exact thing. They're looking for the same thing. They're looking for the guy who's 6 feet tall, who makes six figures, who's got the six pack abs, you know, that he's, within a certain age bracket and tax bracket and all of that. And so you mean to tell me that all the women want the same guy, but he's not a prize? That does not make sense. I mean, obviously, he has to be the prize because everybody wants him. So you can't say that a man is not a prize if he's unless he's gay. So I mean, once again, we have an example of just purely toxic femininity. I mean, how else can you describe something like this? Like this is toxic femininity.
I took the Sprinkle Sprinkle lady's advice and I instantly regretted it. She recommended if you want to meet wealthy men, you need to go to affluent places wherever the you live and go to the restaurants, but it has to have a bar. I don't dress or act modestly at all, okay? I dress like Adam Sandler. It's like ripped jeans or graphic tees.
And then this is what I'm saying. It's like it creates these like stressful dating situations where you feel like you can't even be yourself. You feel like I gotta go certain places during a certain time, I have to wear certain outfits. It's like if you got to go through all of that, then you're attracting somebody who you're probably not naturally going to mesh well with. So what is going to happen down the line in this relationship with this random guy that you met, pretending to be somebody that you weren't? You don't really dress modest. You don't like dresses and all that stuff. She's still this is a feminine woman to me. She looks feminine. She's beautiful, got beautiful skin, beautiful hair. She's still feminine, but maybe she doesn't wear the modest dresses with the little frilly stuff. And, maybe she's, like she says, she likes to more dress like Adam Sandler, like t-shirt and jeans kind of woman. So what you're listening to this advice, trying to get this one type of man. You don't have anything in common. Now, what I will say is that Shera was pretty much spot on, in this particular clip. Unfortunately, once again, I can't play the audio for you guys because it has music. But so in this clip, what she's saying is that, a lot of women will, they'll sleep with the Pookie, what I would call at least the Pookie and the Ray Rays, the guy that's not going to do nothing for you. You're giving your body away to these guys who have no good intentions, don't want to do nothing for you. But the man who wants to protect and provide for you, but he may not be that attractive or he might be older. It's like, ew, I don't want to be bothered. I don't, but you'll sleep with the dusty guy, Pookie and Ray Ray, who already got 5, 6 baby mamas. Like that's not what she said, but that's what she meant. And, I've talked about that too, like, dealing with these Pookies and these Ray Rays. Like, why are you giving your body to him? You should not be laying down with a guy like that. So that's pretty much what she was saying in this video. But, once again, I really wish I could play the audio for you guys. Because once again, the way that she kind of presents the information still comes off a bit toxic. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of funny in a way too, because I mean, at the end of that, she's like, "You guys are gonna have to either get over that or start drinking." So what she was saying in that clip, I can't really disagree with her. And naturally, a lot of guys who have seen her content, do not like it. Like they do not rock with nothing that she's saying. I mean, some of it, I feel like she has a huge following too, because the way that she says certain things is just kind of funny. Like she's like, if a guy asks you, what do you bring to the table? You say, nothing. I'm not a waitress. Like stuff like that. It's just, I mean, it's toxic, but it is kind of funny. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Shera Seven is all about the transactional relationship. She's like, look, I don't care if the guy is ugly. I don't care if he's old. Like, you're just in it for the money, and that's it. Like, transactional relationships only. Forget about all that love stuff. You don't need to be in love to get married. She's in one of her videos, she said, I haven't been in love since I was in high school. Like,
have you ever fallen in love? Of course I have. When I was like a teenager. When I thought falling in love was what I was supposed to do. We're not supposed to fall in love. And I keep telling you guys this. You're not supposed to fall in love.
That's just not what she's about. But I don't know. I'm just not that type. Like I don't really feel like you should promote relationships that, there's no love involved in the relationship. Because to me, then it's like, there's really no real support there. You know what I'm saying? You're not really in a loving, supportive relationship. And I don't feel like every relationship has to be like that. Because I kind of feel like once again, it kind of pushes off to the side the men who are actually legitimately good men, but they may not necessarily have their entire life perfectly in order at this very second. It's kind of like you're pushing them off to the side and creating this like toxic relationship dynamic between, men and women that's like, well, as a man, I'm not valuable unless I got 6, 7 figures to blow on my woman or blow on a woman. and you got these situations like I was saying about this Cheesecake Factory date stuff, just toxic femininity that to me is just unnecessary. And, I just, this is not the type of, I have a son, so I don't want my son to go out with women who have this mentality. I don't want my son to be used like a useless ATM. I want him to be in a healthy, loving relationship because that's what I believe in. And I don't want him to be used, and I don't want him to feel like he's not valuable outside of just money, outside of just solely what he can provide. Now, I believe that men are the protectors and the providers of the household. I feel like if a man does say that, under all circumstances, you got to go 50-50 on these bills, to me, that's not real love. If we really rock with each other and love each other, then my man should be protecting and providing for me. That does not mean that I don't feel like I should have to help. That does not mean that I should leave him if something happens. That does not mean that I should not contribute anything, but it does mean that I do view my man, as the protector and the provider for the household. And that's how I want my son to be raised. Like, what is going to happen to the women that are listening to this advice? Like, what is going to happen when, okay, let's say you get the guy and he spends all his money on you, and like like how are you building a long-term relationship? That's the part of this that I just don't understand. Like, how are you building a long-term relationship? Like, you're building a relationship that's solely based off of what he can provide for you and absolutely nothing that you can provide for him. I
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
just don't see how that's going to work in the long term, but that's just me. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about all of this. Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it in the comment section, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of varying opinions on Shera Seven, because her content is very controversial. So let me know what you guys think, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys next time.